Icebreaker speech titled, I'm Ready to Show Up.
All right.
For a majority of my life, I was passionless. I did everything that I thought I was supposed to do. I went to high school, graduated, prepped, and ready to go off to college. Then spent 5 years going to college, earning my bachelor's degree, pretty much just going for the sake of going, not sure what it is that I wanted. Upon completing my college degree, I recognized that I was actually still in the same place prior to finishing, prior to starting. And that was scary to me because now what? What's next? A couple of years ago, I attended this personal growth seminar, and at the seminar, I discovered myself through another person. The person I'm talking to was a facilitator of the course. The way that he was communicating the course with his passion, his love, his effervescentness, his charisma, his influence, it hit me all at once, and I recognized that these are all the things that I had and used to be. I had the charisma, the passion, the influence, the heart, and the effervescentness when I was giving speeches and presentations back in school. On top of that, what he was talking about hit home. It was personal growth, and at the time I didn't recognize it. However, I was in love with personal growth. I just didn't know that there was a name for it. Within the first hour of being there, I knew that I wanted to do what this man was doing. I wanted to become a transformational facilitator. And for the very first time in my life, I felt excited, aligned, and clear with what the purpose of my life is. Now, there were definitely challenges that come up. Barriers started coming up one after another, and these barriers were nothing new to me. What was stopping me from moving forward with that goal has already been stopping me in other areas of my life. Growing up, the way that I designed my life was more so for the sake of other people, meaning that I'm looking for approval and validation from others, and quite frankly, I just want to be liked by people. As I started doing more research on this facilitator role, I started to recognize that I'll be traveling very often, every week actually, to a different city, and all of a sudden barriers started coming up. For example, one was, how am I going to meet someone, settle down, and start a family if I'm in a different city each week? Notice how I'm already thinking about someone who's not in my life that way can potentially stop me from going where I want to go. Another barrier was, how am I going to maintain all my relationships with my friends and my family if I'm in a different city every week? I mean, I have no time freedom like I do now. Again, thinking about how what I want to do is going to impact others rather than thinking about what I'm doing for myself and how it's going to impact me. Now, the beautiful thing about this experience is that I recognized that I was molding myself around the perception that other people have of me. Instead of being myself and standing firm in who I am and letting the world mold around me, I was molding myself around the world. And I'm never going to find any sort of fulfillment in that if I'm always seeking to fulfill other people. Another reason why I resisted becoming a facilitator at first was because it doesn't fit within the current context of my box called my life. My life is relatively comfortable. And to become a facilitator, it's going to require a specific level of excellence of me that I currently do not contribute to my life. That's uncomfortable. It would also reinforce this belief that I can have what it is that I want and say in my life. Which means I don't get to show up small, not with this giant pile of evidence called, look at all the things I've done. I get to show up big now. And what if I'm not able to maintain that? What if I'm not able to keep that up? But enough is enough, and I am done buying my own BS. No matter what goal I have in my life, there's going to be some barrier. If I allow the barrier stopping me from moving here, then I might as well just tell myself I don't matter right now, because I'm going to stop as soon as any other barrier comes up with other goals. This is exactly why I joined Dobson Ranch Toastmasters. Because the moment I stepped foot into this arena 2 weeks ago, all of my insecurities and fears just came right up. My insecurities wrapped me around in the warm blanket that they are, and they whispered to me, it's okay. You can go. You don't belong here. Go be comfortable somewhere else. I mean, just some of the table topics that were asked that week, I felt incredibly uncomfortable, and I'm grateful I wasn't asked. However, let me go ahead and paraphrase with some of them more. I'll answer them right now. Question number 1. With the stock market going up these days, are you a buyer or are you a seller? Neither. Question number 2. With vaccines being so readily available and international travel opening up for everyone, where's the first place you're going to travel? Wherever the free tickets are. Bad jokes aside, I'm done running from this side of myself, this scared, insecure side of myself. I want to practice holding the context of being the facilitator here. Joining this club is certainly not bigger than me. In fact, it's actually step one in terms of where it is that I want to go. I'm proud and excited to announce that I will be working directly with a couple of the facilitators from that personal growth seminar that I attended for a 12-week training course in May. Now, it doesn't guarantee that I'll have a job as a facilitator, nor does it guarantee that I'll even have enough training to be a facilitator. However, what it does guarantee is that I am finally moving in the direction of my goal. Fellow Toasties, I'm here to commit to you. I'm here to commit that I am done cutting corners. I'm here to commit that I am all in, and I'm here to commit that I am ready to hold the context and be that facilitator that I want to be. Because there are people out there that are depending on me. There are people out there that I'm looking to serve that requires me first to break through this fear. And if I am not willing to break through this fear for myself, then I can't get to those people. And if I want to get to those people, I first have to start here with myself.